So it was really interesting taking a look back at my own culture and what that looked like and how that played into American culture as a whole. And I just noticed some things. So around food, I noticed that Americans really embrace the melting pot that we have here in America. We really like to celebrate other cultures using food. If you think about the popularity of like Asian cuisine, like sushi, or Mexican cuisine, how people really embrace and enjoy that. And they're enjoying a part of somebody else's culture. I think that's really interesting. Um, to me, food is more than just for energy. Eating is not just to survive. It's really a social aspect. You think about how many people will go out to eat with their friends or their families to celebrate things and whatnot. It's really interesting. It's also a form of entertainment for a lot of people. I think about series online, Hot Ones. You take a classic interview format and you put celebrities eating increasingly hotter chicken wings, and it's the most interesting thing you've ever seen, but it's so simple, using food as entertainment. I think about Binging with Babish, taking the food from TV shows and movies and recreating those in your home. That's so interesting. I think the food culture, Americans want to explore other cultures. They want to see why other people enjoy what they do. Thinking about entertainment, music, movies, TV, our culture really allows us to have very individualized, personalized experiences. And you have things like Netflix, where it will recommend you things based on what you've already watched. It kind of forms its selection to your taste. Same thing with like Spotify. We have these individually tailored selections based on what we already enjoy. I think that's really interesting, how we can have so much entertainment with a flood of media, and we can still have our own little nook of things that we enjoy, and we can share that with other people too. I really enjoy that. I think that's cool. And then just talking about media in general, social media is like the first thing that probably comes to everybody's mind. And I think it's such an interesting tool because here at least, and I've seen it in my own experience, it has the power to unite us, but it also has an even bigger power to divide us. It's so easy to bring people together with it, but then push them right back apart in such an hands-off, anonymous way almost. It feels like a different world when you're immersed in that. I think it's a really powerful tool, and I think we're still figuring out how to use it safely and in a way that's healthy to our culture and our society. So I think culture plays a really big part into shaping who I am and who we are as a society. I think it's really important to have your own individual kind of spin on it. What is your personal culture? I mean, there are things that, we as Americans, we fit into that culture, but also not. And it's okay for us to have that different fitment. We can have a different opinion or idea or interest, and it's accepted here, which I think is really interesting. That we can have these really deep-seated thoughts or ideas or beliefs, but that we can also come together and just be people together, even if we don't agree. I think that's something that kind of defines our culture as well.